In our last two sessions, we've been talking about a letter from a woman whose daughter, Lucy, cut herself with a razor when the woman's ex-husband and Lucy's father, Mason, threatened for the umpteenth time to move out of state. We talked about how Lucy was drowning from a lack of real love, and I suggested that it was a huge mistake for this woman to make promises that she couldn't keep. In this case, telling Lucy that her father wouldn't move. I suggested that the woman face Lucy's fear that if her father moved, she wouldn't be loved. And then we discussed that real love from any source is healing. Now, back to the writer of the letter. You don't want to tell Lucy that her father's love is irrelevant, because that will come across as critical of her father. So the idea is not to talk about what she might lose, but to assure her that she won't be alone and that she will be loved. This is where you can make promises, because you can always make promises about what you will do. Lucy only wants to know one thing here. She wants to know if she will be loved. That's the central question of her life, really. And if you can answer that for her, her fears will diminish dramatically. If you could promise Lucy that you would fill her with real love for the rest of her life, well, that would be nice, but it's not realistic. None of us can realistically make that promise. And at this point in your life, you couldn't promise to love her even in this moment. The fact that you have a contentious relationship with your ex-husband, that your daughter is empty and afraid, and that you're baffled about all this are indications that you have very little real love in your own life right now. You can't give what you don't have, so it's not likely that you'll be able to give Lucy the real love she needs. What can you do? You can always tell the truth, and you can always learn, and you can start both of those right now. So I suggest that you sit down with Lucy and tell her that you're not disappointed or anxious about what she's done. Your attitude will have a huge bearing on how she feels about it. Explain that the only reason she is cutting herself is because she's in pain. And she's in pain because she doesn't feel loved. Tell her that she doesn't feel enough love from you or your ex-husband. Tell her that you can't promise a single thing about what Mason is going to do, but that if he does leave, it really won't matter, because you are going to make it your mission in life to learn how to love her better as her mother. Tell her that you recognize that you have not loved her as she has needed, because you have often been impatient and irritated with her. And during times like that, she could only have heard from you the message, "I don't love you." Do not minimize the pain that you've caused her by failing to love her unconditionally, and tell her that you're going to try with all your heart to do better. Then read the Real Love and Parenting book and learn how to love your daughter better. Read the book with Lucy. Kids love to hear how you've screwed up as a parent. Also, do everything you can to get all the real love you can get. Participate in real love groups. Come to the webcasts on this website. Tell the truth about yourself to other adults and create the opportunities you need to feel loved. You can learn how to do all of that in a lot of the Real Love books and in the DVDs and on the website. And if you'll do this, your daughter will have an excellent chance of becoming whole and healthy. And in that condition, she'll simply have no need or desire to act out in the ways that she's acting out now. In the process, you'll become a great deal happier yourself, because it's always about real love.